Well, hello everybody. I'm gonna talk about the musician, the man, the myth, and the legend Sixto Rodriguez today. His life's pretty interesting to me. One of the most interesting life stories I've ever seen in my entire life, actually, because he was famous in the other side of the world, in South Africa, for years when he was working in a factory in Detroit, and he didn't knew anything about it because there were no Spotify or X or Instagram or any social media platform back then. Well, Sixto was born in Detroit in 1942 as the sixth child of a Mexican immigrant family. His family didn't even name them. They named him Sixto because he was their sixth child, and they didn't have to deal with deciding his name that way. His mother died when he was 3, and he grew up poor in bad conditions. Sixto started working in a factory, and meanwhile, he played small gigs with his acoustic guitar at local bars. He was playing guitar and he was into music like his whole life. He sang about working class, their rights, the world peace and equality and stuff. He took a political stance all the time since he was an immigrant himself, and he was working in pretty bad conditions, like in 70s in Detroit. It was bad. One day, a producer from Sussex Records saw him playing and convinced him to make music professionally. He made 2 albums with that. That unfortunately went bad financially, and the label closed a few years later. He started to work in that factory again, and around this time, somehow his vinyls went to some overseas countries illegally, like Australia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa, and he became famous there, especially in South Africa. He actually made couple gigs in Australia, but they weren't that big, like they were in bars and stuff. But in South Africa, he became huge. His music sold more than artist legends like Elvis, Cat Stevens, and Bob Dylan. But unfortunately, he couldn't know he was famous in the other side of the world for years, and the people lived there didn't know him either. They made legends, like he burned himself down in front of the parliament building in a protest, and in most of that legends, he was dead. They thought he was dead. But in 1997, his daughter, his biggest daughter, found a website dedicated to him and his music, and he learned he was something there that way. He still didn't knew not much about his fame until people from South Africa physically and finally found him, and they took him to a concert there. He thought the concert would be small and probably be in a bar like in Australia's, but a stadium full of 30,000 people were waiting for him when he arrived there. He received a 10-minute standing ovation. Like people were clapping him like for 10 minutes straight. And when he came on stage, he said, "Thank you for keeping me alive," to the crowd and started playing his famous song "I Wonder."
She just stopped playing. And it took a while. It was about 5 or 10 minutes of just people screaming at him.
Thanks for keeping me alive.
This is the song playing in the background actually. He died in 2023, unfortunately, from natural causes when he was 81. And there is a great documentary movie about his life named Searching for the Sugar Man, which I recommended strongly. I learned about his life that way, and you should definitely watch that. I was talking to my friends about his life the other day, and I learned I have to make a presentation in the same day. So I thought, why not? And I decided to tell about this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Goodbye, take care, live in music, bye.